We are back with head coach Scott Nagy. His comments are brought to you by CMC Mitchell and Associates. Final score, Southern Illinois 69, North Dakota State 44. Coach, congratulations on this win. I know against the head coach that you really respect a lot, and Dave Richmond. This was probably, Coach, the first game this year where we've seen your pace really tire out a team. And you told your team all summer long, there's going to come a point in a game where we're going to be ready to roll, and you're going to see a team get gassed. Did you feel like tonight was the first time where the way you want to play, the pace you want to play, really dictated the game and wore out an opponent?
Well, it was still, the possessions were in the 60s, and so that's for us, that's a pretty low possession game. You know, we knew that they were going to try to slow it down. It's just the way they play. Now, they were averaging over 80 points a game. But they did put up 96 on a non-D1. But still, they put up 80 and 88 on Santa Clara. Now they're missing one of their best players, the big kid. And a couple things. I know this from being out there. When you take a trip to California, it's a rear end kicker, okay? Because of the 2-hour time difference, and then you come back and you lose 2 hours, and then they were basically home 2 days, go back. I mean, they're tired. And I knew their legs were tired, and I told our guys, like, we got to go, because they'll be tired. I didn't realize that their big kid wouldn't be here, but obviously that hurts them a lot, because I think he's probably their most important player. But sometimes, you know, your team relaxes when you're missing a top guy like that, and you play better, and sometimes our team takes it for granted and thinks they're just going to roll over. I was really pleased with our guys. I mean, you know, we didn't turn it over much. We didn't rebound the ball great. That's the only thing I would say. As much as we made them miss, we really should have beat them up on the glass. I mean, they weren't nearly didn't have our size or athleticism, and they fought, and we gave up 10 offensive rebounds in the first half. That's probably the thing I was most frustrated with. We've got to start making our free throws. Really pleased that we only took 8 threes and just pounded it. Just pounded it and pounded it and pounded it and scored at the rim. That's what I want to do. When I talk about being physical and beating people up, that's what we want to do. Like, all our inbounds plays were at the rim. That's what we want to do.
Coach, I'm really impressed with how you use your bench, and it's hard to do from a coaching standpoint, and I tried it for a bunch of years. There was a key point in the game, under 12 minutes timeout. You had a 15-point lead, but it had to be in your mind like it was in our mind. These guys aren't going to quit. They're going to stay with it.
Yeah.
You had this lineup in there. Steffi, Sykes, Mayo, Moreno, and Elliott, and you guys stretch your lead in that 4-minute timeout from 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Talk about how you use your bench and just how that fits in with your style of play. Yeah,
you'd be better off to ask Coach Hawkins, because he does the subbing, and if I'm mad at somebody, I'll tell him get him out. But for the most part, he pays attention to it. He's learning my style. That's what he's trying to do. I know he spent a lot of time on the phone with my former assistant, Clint Sargent, who's the head coach at right now, because Clint used to do my subbing for me, and so he's talked to him a lot to try to figure out what I want, and I think he's starting to figure that out. But I thought Jorge gave us some great minutes tonight. He's a load, and if he can do that, it just multiplies. It really gives us good minutes at the 5. We just had a size advantage on them, and we needed to take advantage of it. We ran our Kansas play there right when he came in the game, and he got a layup to get going, and then he played well. So, and he guarded well. Our whole team, that's the thing I'm most pleased with is, as much as these guys cut, we just took away all the back cut stuff. We made them play out in front of us. They obviously didn't shoot the ball very well, 5 for 27 from 3. Some of that is just legs. It's the travel that they had to deal with. It just is. And I told Dave that, like, it's why I quit going to California. I don't want to go out and do a road swing out in California, because coming back this way and losing those hours is hard on your team. But I know being up there, it's hard to get games. You got to go where you got to go to get games up there. It's really hard. And so, that's where I feel bad for those kids, because they've just traveled their tails off over here over the last 10 days. But they'll be able to get back home. But I just thought defensively our kids listened to us, executed what we asked them to do. We switched when we needed to switch for the most part, made some mistakes, but not very many. And we did a nice job when they got the ball in the post of making them miss.
You guys came with post traps.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, it was really effective.
Yeah, I told our guys, if you see their numbers, just go. I was concerned with the way we wanted to play because we really had to take the aggressiveness away from it. With this team, you can't be aggressive or you're just going to get back cut. And so a guy like Moo is like, oh, I got to calm Moo down because, you know, he wants to take every guy and not let him touch the ball and beat him up. And like Moo, you just got to calm down this game. He did a great job. You know, and listen. They all listened to the game plan very well. But, yeah, we told them. I was worried that we wouldn't do that because I was afraid we'd take their aggressiveness away from them. But, boy, when they saw the numbers, they went.
Coach, Rollins of League Bay got his hands on a lot of basketballs tonight. 3 steals officially is what he comes away with.
Quick hands.
I mean, he really disrupted some
he
things.
got it from he got it from their best player, Jakari White, one time. He did a nice job. He does have very quick hands, quick feet. We can switch with him. He, you know, his deal right now is we got to calm him down. He's so sped up and just so ready to go. Once he gets a little more comfortable, he's really going to be good. But right now, he's still he's so fired up and ready to play that we got to calm him down.
Coach, this was also a game tonight where Coach Watson and I, after the game, typically you can go through and go, it's pretty easy to find your player of the game. But it was so balanced really throughout. Ali leads you in scoring tonight with 17, but all but one guy didn't score.
Yeah, but what Ali did tonight, and I told him at the game, I thought he did a great job defensively.
Yes.
There were a couple of times it looked like he was beat off the bounce, and he's so fast, it's nuts. I don't know if I've coached a faster player than Ali. And he got back in front of that ball and cut it off. He was physical. And so that's like I didn't even know he scored 17. When I saw him at the game, like, that's what we need you to do defensively. If you'll do that, we got a chance to beat everybody we play.
Coach, I know it's going to be a heck of a challenge on Friday against Florida, but you guys now you're going to play 4 games in that stretch going the next week with the Gulf Coast Showcase. You've been in that tournament before, but you know how important MTEs are and just getting in a tournament setting early on, how big the next week is really going to be for your team, knowing you got 4 games coming up, and then guess what? Next time you're in here, it's going to be a conference game against Bradley.
I know, but this helps. You know, this gives our guys confidence. Going into the game, my concern was I feel like NDSU knew who they were. I wasn't sure we knew who we are, and I want us to be about defense, not just scoring. Like, if we're good at defense, we'll score because we'll run. But I thought we made a really good step tonight in let this be our identity. This is who we are. We're going to beat people up the rim. We're going to be physical. We're going to shoot more free throws, and we're going to guard them. And our guys did a great job of it tonight.
Coach, congratulations. Thank you so much for the time.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
Coach.